Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time we have Hectorology with 142 rating versus I'm playing Sprite with 100 rating, so it's going to be another new format video, hopping right in. Hectorology will win the rock, paper, scissors, shoot, and decide to go first. 40 versus 41, we have Nib, Wagon, Prodigy, Soul Peacemaker, and Soul Gaia Booster. They have Polly, Nib, Sword Knight, Big Winged, and Sword Knight. Okay, so we have Superheavy Samurai going up against Chimera, Activate Prodigy, Effect, Scale Special, Big Banky, Search for Soul Piercer, and then they're going to go Soul Gaia Booster, Effect to attach, Effect to special summon, and then Soul Piercer, Effect to equip. Now use those to make Omega. New Chain Link, I mean that's supposed to be an extra deck, but whatever, they're just going to put it in the Pendulum Zone anyways. And then go search out Stealthy, Omega Effect to rip a card from hand. Does it hit the Nib? Does it hit the Nib? No. Okay, hit Sword Knight, normal Wagon, effect, go to defense, effect, go to attack, go search out Soul Gaia Booster, activate Soul Peacemaker, effect, tribute, bring out Scales, bring out Soul Piercer, then link those off into Ancient Gear. Then Ancient Gear 1, Soul Piercer 2, search Motorbike, search Gearbox effect, go search, and then that's going to grab Tunneler. Maybe they should have dropped this before? I don't know, it's weird. They're going to go Special Summon Stealthy, go in the Cleaford Genius, and then they're going to go Pendulum, because like, this is still a really good spot for Nib. Like, it's still going to be really good. Yeah, okay. I like this. I'm fine with holding it. They're going to go search Therion King and then activate Nib here before, you know, they go ahead and make, like, an Appaloosa or something. Pass over the token. Tunneler, banish, put back, draw 2. That's fine. Puts back the Soul Piercer when we have Therion King. That's supposed to equip that. They draw Metal Cruncher and DD Crow, Therion King, summon, equip, like, oh my gosh, why didn't you leave Soul Piercer in Graveyard, you bozo? You had a free search, gosh darn it. They drew Super Polly, and then activate Polly here. And, you know, they can start with that because Big Wing's going to try to summon back out Sword Knight, but they're not ready for the main deck DD Crow, baby. They're not ready for it. Go in the Guardian Chimera 1, Big Wing 2, and then they're going to go Chainlink 3 Therion. Well, I guess, yeah. You may as well Therion negate it since they're going to pop anyways. They draw Branded Fusion, Edge Imp, and then pop token. And now they're going to go Branded Fusion, dump Gazelle, Fallen of Albaz, bring out Rinbrum. Gazelle effect goes search. Now that can go ahead and grab out the Cornfield, and then Cornfield into Sword Knight, which... there we go, that's really what we want to achieve. Summon, effect. That's going to tribute, bring out Big Winged. They didn't even need to do that though, right? Right? They could have just went Battle Phase attack for game. Yeah, they could have just went Battle Phase attack for game. 19, 14, 33 plus 33, 66 plus 25. You don't even have to use Super Poly for anything. Yeah. Okay. So now they're gonna go ahead and Big Winged effect, grab Chimera Fusion and Gazelle, and then activate Chimera Fusion. I just don't see why we are playing in the Nib so hard. Edge Imp 1, King 2, they admit defeat. Okay, but that's also confusing. Why did we admit defeat when our opponent summoned 5 times? Like, what? Because they had Rinbrum? Is that why? They don't have a negate. Sword Knight can't negate hand traps. We got Motorbike, Therion King, Droll, Prodigy, Tunneler. If Sword Knight could negate hand traps, this deck would be playing the Fusion Deployment one for the extra deck. The one that, boom, summons out the original guy. They'd be playing that. Then they have Droll, Polly, Ash, Fenrir, and Droll. So, Motorbike, discard, go search Soul Gaia, drop Droll, and then activate Prodigy, effects, special, equip Big Banky, Soul Gaia, effect to equip special, so we're holding the Therion King. We're going to go Excel, Prodigy, so Scale, summon out Motorbike, and then use those to go up in the Baron, activate Therion King Regulus, summon, equip Solgaia, pass, they draw Chimera Fusion, so special summon out Fenrir, then they're going to go Fenrir effect, chain Baron to shut that down, and they just scoop. They don't have anything going for them. So on to game number 3 now. We will get to see the Chimera deck go first. We got Motorbike, Droll, DD Crow, Motorbike, DD Crow. They have Edgent, Branded Fusion, Ash, Patchwork, Super Poly. So the opponent will get the combo here, and it looks like we're going to kind of just be hand looping ourselves. We're going to go Branded Fusion, dump Fallen of Albaz and Gazelle, bring out Rinbrum, and then activate the Gazelle effect. So Gazelle, go search. They're going to grab Cornfield. Okay. So doesn't care about Droll. If they wanted to, they could have grabbed Sword Knight. If you get hit with Droll, you still have Sword Knight for the opponent's turn. You can just normal it, pass, and then play on their turn with it. You could even play in draw phase or whatever. You know, I mean, this deck obviously isn't playing Thrust. They draw Big Benki, activate Motorbike, discard, chain Ash Blossom. Yeah, and they just admit defeat. I mean, technically they weren't supposed to admit defeat there, because they could go normal summon Motorbike, Big Benki effect, go search Solgaia booster, Motorbike effect, up its level by 2, Solgaia booster special, but it's like, what do you really do after that? I guess if your opponent doesn't do anything there, you just make Babushka, and you're just like, haha, this card's cool. Hopefully it wins me the game. Or stall enough turns until I have a chance to draw back in the engine. But, I mean, you're going to see that with pure Superheavy Samurai. This deck doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. Like, it's such a bad deck now that it lost the Link 1. I really wish that, you know, at least for, like, one ban list, bring Scarecrow back. Like, the deck should not have got hit that hard. Like, they hit this deck way too hard. Way too hard. There was no reason for that. I mean, the deck didn't even have a single result in the US yet when it got hit. Just think about that. Not a single result. We were round 2 of the only event that we had so far. I feel like it should have been something else, right? Like, if they really wanted Superheavy Samurai hit, maybe they just hit consistency of it. Or they hit the dumb stuff. Like the Cyberstein, that was perfectly fine. You know, hit like all the dumb FTKs, Gimmick Puppet, all that stuff could go. All that stuff could even go now. And then just, you know, leave the deck how it was. Hit Prodigy down the one if you want to hit consistency, or Motorbike. Motorbike's really strong getting the tuner in graveyard. So yeah, I feel like they should have done something like that. Hitting Scarecrow was so dumb. And it was so dumb too because we were in a cash format, and then we got new stuff that came out that made it to where like cash actually had to like battle against these decks. And then Konami was like, yes, we will make Superheavy Samurai unplayable and slightly hit cash. I mean, Mind Hacker was a good hit, Unicorn, whatever. They should have hit like... I'm surprised Prosperity's still at 3. That card's broken. That card says, like, look at the top 6 cards of your deck, almost no cost behind it. Or you could look at the top 3, you know, whatever you need in that scenario, you choose. Like, whenever you top deck Prosperity, it's like, okay, cool, I just top deck, like, one card in my deck. Let's find out what it is. But we're going to see that the match is about 14 minutes long, pretty quick. Yeah, the Chimera deck. I haven't seen too much of the Chimera deck around, but it's definitely a scary deck to play against sometimes, because if you don't have any, like, generic hand traps like Ash, Imperm, maybe Veiler, to be able to, like, shut down the big winged effect when it activates, you know, if they start getting to resolve that stuff, it can get scary. Rinbrum is also very good versus, like, the Unchained matchup, being able to use this to shut something down and then bounce. And then also the other effect of Rinbrum, being able to like bring back out Fallen of Albaz, so you can kind of just like Chimera Fusion, get rid of this card, and then bring out Fallen of Albaz, and then Fallen of Albaz effect, use itself plus like Yama, make Mirror Jade. Like, Unchained really is going to have a hard time with that, for sure, 100%. Which is also, like, you know, technically, if you need to be able to deal with Rinbrom, Underworld Goddess is another card that can help you somewhat deal with this card. Just because you can link it off, and then its other effect that specials from the graveyard, you can stop that with Underworld Goddess. So that's something, you know, a little interaction to think of. It doesn't come up that often, but, you know, may as well know it. And with all that being said, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.